don't mind my monotone whisper. Got a sleeping baby in the next room. I've posted anywhere important at least. Let's see how this is gonna look. Oh yeah, the mirror is back. So you can see your boy, kind of. This face is not important. We're here for the art. Okay, so we started on this last week and I was able to finish it during the week. The sketch part at least. But I want to make sure these eyes are turned in the right direction. I think they are. Yeah. Might have found the sweet spot with the mirror. Talk about a cheat code. All right. I need to do some erasing. Some kneaded eraser, that is. Before we get to the ink. I need to mark the spot of where I put this mirror because it has never looked this good. I mean, the angle's kind of trash, but like my face looks crazy, but at least you're getting to see my face a little bit. Okay. Okay. I think that one is kneaded or erased enough. For us to get our ink on. Excuse me. Just trying to make sure everything is working here. Okay. Now for this one. You've got 2 panels of her eating her ramen. So this was kind of fun to draw, to say the least. This kneaded eraser is hurting my hand. Should have did that before the stream, but here we are. Like I've said before, we'll do a more thorough erasing after the inks. But okay. Need some water after that. Okay. Ink's out. Put my little glove to make sure I don't smear. Drawing glove, that is. And for this round of inks, I'm just gonna use 0.5 Copic multi-liner real quick, just to outline the whole thing, and then we'll go from there. Not sure why I went with that part first, but here we are. Not really going for much line weight variation with this first round. I'll do more of that on the final round of inking. With my comics, I like to sketch, erase, ink, erase, color, final ink. That's kind of my process. Switch to Lo-Fi Girl. So your boy has an art show this week. Friday night is my opening night to my solo art exhibition titled Onion City Memories. And if you feel like you've heard that name before, that's because you have, because I self-funded the show a couple years ago. But this time around, I'm showcasing the work at a more prestigious gallery here in Chicago, so that's really exciting for me, at least. I'm looking forward to it because I feel like those paintings deserved a little more justice before I move on to the next collection of work. If you haven't heard, it's all I've been posting about on my Instagram. You should check that out. Whenever you have a moment, that is. Too locked in on the inking right now. Usually I'm better at talking to myself. was a little bit wide of a loop. That's okay though. Just making sure the live didn't disconnect. Looks like we're good. Anyway, so yeah, got a big opening night for a solo art exhibition. Which should be really cool. I'm trying to think if I've ever drawn somebody eating before. And I don't think I have, so this is actually kind of fun. I shouldn't say kinda, it's always fun. Like if art wasn't fun, I wouldn't do it. But yeah, I feel like comics is the best way to draw a bunch of different stuff that you normally wouldn't. It's like the best way to do studies, because like you're always gonna need to draw your character doing something, and it's not always going to be like the most interesting thing, like, you know, defeating a monster or something. Like it might just be eating ramen like we got right here. And like I said, I never drew anybody eating before, so this was new and very fun, to say the least. I highly recommend draw something you've never drawn before. And the best way to do that is to work on a comic. Maybe that's my viral clip of the day. Is, you know, hey audience, do you want to learn how to draw from imagination? Well, the best way to do that is to study and draw from reference all the time. And the best way to do that is to draw a comic or create a comic, because then you will have to constantly look up reference for different things that you want your character to do. That's the clip, folks. That is the clip. Let's see. I'm like, can I literally clip that on Twitch? Just casually making a clip while we're here. Boom. Just casually saved a clip on TikTok during the live. Shout out to content creation. Now back to the comic at hand. Excuse me. Like I said, I'm starting with like a basic rough outline of the exterior lines. And then from there, we'll get a little more granular. I usually don't like to turn the page while I'm streaming, but it's a bad habit. Sometimes the ink phase be harder than the sketch phase. And you think like I'm just tracing, like shouldn't this be easier? But I feel like I mess up the trace all the time. This earpiece out because I feel like I know the sound works at this point. That was maybe a little bit of a harsh line. But here we are. Gotta commit. Most nerve-wracking part for me, always the eyes. And in the last live, I said draw the eyes at the same time to achieve that like cohesion. And now I'm inking them at the same time, hoping for the same result. Okay, now the eyebrows. Even though they're underneath her bangs, I still like to outline them. Same goes for the little forehead tap. Okay, back to the rest of this thing. This panel of my character chowing down on some ramen. Shout out to Naruto and Goku, all the great original characters love to eat. And my character's no different. I saw a meme the other day that was like, the reason why I'm only streaming to one viewer, and it paused, or the video paused, and then it was like a delayed response of because I only have one computer. And that is me today. That's how I'm feeling. It's all good though. I would be doing this without a stream. So if I'm gonna do it anyway, why not record it? Live stream it, cut it up into clips and all that fun stuff. Why not? Why not? Casual wrist crack. No big deal. Okay, about 30 minutes on this first panel. Hoping a little less time on the second one. Still gotta finish up the bowl here though. See, this is why I flip it. Because left to right drawing for the win. Whereas trying to draw right to left always ends up being a disaster, unless you're left-handed. Okay, now I think I'm gonna go with the smaller. Well, let me just outline these little onion logos. They look more like radishes. Same vegetable family, right? Who knows? All right. Okay, our size 3 micron for the noodles and everything else here. Tangled noodles, the best. Okay, talk about a lot of noodles. now for some cross hatching. My favorite time. Little drop shadow. Gotta love a good drop shadow. Okay, I like how that's looking. Okay, I'm gonna leave the face alone. Now it'll leave the hands alone, or that hand at least. This hand we can throw a couple lines here to imply pressure from the weight of the bowl. Oh, I need to finish designing these guys. More shadow on that elbow. Okay. Maybe a little shadow on this poncho. Okay. I think we could call this panel done in terms of inking. And now we're on to this one. I think I achieved the concept of her like eating and side-eyeing you or looking at you while she's eating. I think that was achieved there. But nonetheless, let's get back to this guy. Honestly, I don't know if I even want to start it. We're at the 45-minute mark. Your boy is kind of tired because he's old and washed. Maybe we finish this another day and or offline and share it with you guys later. I think that's a good idea. Till next time, peace.